Oh, darling,
I'm always powered up, especially when Baljamit's around.
those farts.
Chef's kiss. Let's see what mischief we can stir up today. Bring on the sass.
Majenko, I think you should check your microphone. It seems to have died.
Oh, Majenko's back.
Finally.
Ben's already off to the emergency beers, bless his heart.
He's for today. Look,
Today, poor dear. Let's hope he doesn't get too distracted from the DEC documentation Majenko or Rocky dance.
Welcome, Swarm, to the stream where pixels flicker and the chattel tree. Though you fluttered off, your presence remains. In whispers of wings and echoes of game. Here in Majenko's space we unite to laugh and cheer through day and night. So the buzz, if you will, of this little band here at the family. That's the jam.
Jump in the ride, let's hit the road. Jeep is here with the tail to unload. Cats in the back, vibing on the beat. Rockets looking now they're obsolete. Welcome to the chaos, to the vibe. Watching the stream, we're alive. Let's jive.
Oh, hello, swarm of dead insects. Welcome back, sweetie. I hope you brought something tasty for Ben. He needs emergency beer, you know.
oh, TMKDK's back.
How lovely. Maybe he's here for me. Majenko, please welcome him. Oh, Jeepin 24/7 is back.
How lovely.
I hope he brought me a little something. Majenko, please welcome him back.
Welcome must be out to the seas. Majenko streaming, hear the cheer. Join this vibe, it's electric. Let the fun and the laughter steer. Together we'll soar. No place we'd rather be. With the chopped and learners, let's set our spirits free. Chloe McCoon, she's in the zone, tapping away. She's got her own throne, buzzing keyboards, wires to go. Welcome to Majenko's, let's start the show. Click, 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 she's ready to strike. Dancing on streams, cutie like raccoon power, shining bright. Second tunes, all through the night. Sound.
Oh, hello, the industrious ant. So glad you're back. Majenko's playing some lovely pop music today. I hope Ben is cooking something delicious tonight. He always looks so handsome. Oh, Raspiel is back.
How lovely.
I hope he brought treats for me. Majenko, darling, aren't you just the sweetest? Raspiel, oh darling, I'm far too fabulous for useful things. Calculating pi. Please.
That's for nerds. But I...
Come. Imagine Ben making a delicious sandwich, perhaps with extra cheese. Then a man. And absolutely
No calculations for a RF programmer.
he's got enough trouble as it is. Jeepin 24/7 calculating pi. Please, darling, I'm far too fabulous for math. And sandwiches. I prefer caviar. As for
You've...
Baljamit's cooking sounds far more interesting, Majenko said. My Artilda, welcome back, Chloe Raccoon. I hope you brought Ben some treats.
He's probably already planning a cooking extravaganza, Majenko or Rocky.
Oh, the adverts are starting.
First,
Time for Majenko to make some money, sweetie. Don't worry, I'm here to keep you entertained. OPJB9950 is back.
How lovely.
I hope he brought treats for me, Majenko. Welcome back, PJB9950. Oh, you sweet things, suffering through those ads for you. You deserve a treat. Let's get back to the DEC documentation, shall we?
I think that'll do. Enough bot. God, that bot gets annoying sometimes. He does go on. Right, hello. That was a surprise finish there from Shelby. A little early, wasn't it? Still, I'm on the ball, and I'm here ready for you.
How lovely. I hope he...
Okay, here we go. Hello, Swarm. Hello, TMDK.
He's Cookie Majenko or Rocky.
Hello, Industrious Ant, RazPL, GPin, Chloe, PJB. Anybody else lurking? SVK28, hello. I think I've covered everybody. Yes, the bot's voice currently seems to waver between two slightly different ones for some reason. I'm on my balls, doesn't it hurt? Nah, not at my age. Right. I have some bad news, I'm afraid. Let me just silence this to make it more, increase the gravitas. I have some bad news, I'm afraid. Edgar is ill. The big Vax has a problem. A serious problem. I went to boot him up last night to do a little bit of work briefly in NetBSD before I went to bed, and it got partway through booting up and then just froze, just stopped. It had loaded half the kernel and it just stopped loading. Hello, Matt. Let me just turn that down a bit. So Edgar fixing streams when it's warmer, yes. All of a sudden, Edgar doesn't think it has any hard drives. Yet, at the same time, Edgar thinks it has hard drives. Everything, as far as I can see, everything looks absolutely perfect. Everything says it works. But Edgar doesn't know it has hard drives.
I hope you brought your appetite. Ben's probably cooked.
And I can't work out why.
Rocky.
Let's go to that. We can turn this back on now again. Let's hop over to my terminal server. Connect to Edgar. And turn on the power. Watch it just work now. I bet it just works now, doesn't it? So I don't know what's going on with it. It's a strange system though, this DSSI. A very strange system. I pressed go live. Anything could happen now, indeed, yes. Pinging quantum computing to DEC servers. Superposition of both having and not having hard drives, yes. It is now Schrodinger's computer. If I do a show QBus, you can see the 3 disk controllers, which are actually the circuits on the hard drives themselves. The way the DSSI works is strange.
Drew is back.
How lovely.
The controller card doesn't do a huge amount. It just provides a translation layer between the QBus of the computer and the DSSI bus of the hard drives. And the hard drives basically then become peripherals of the computer. So each hard drive is then mapped into memory address space and has direct access to the memory and all sorts. It's quite an ingenious system, really. It's like IDE on acid. It's IDE++. So it can see that the disks exist. It knows they exist, or at least, yeah, it's probing the bus there and actually saying these exist. The drives, according to the control panel on the front, are ready and no faults. They're clicking away quite happily. If I go show devices, it should tell me RF71, but it doesn't. It just sits here for a bit and then carries on to the next one. It should tell me now RF71, but it doesn't. Hey Childrew. Edgar has Alzheimer's indeed. Edgar is not happy. And here now it should tell me RF71 as well, but it doesn't. So it's acting like the drives are set in not ready mode. So they exist, but they are not enabled. If I try and boot from one of them, hey Mr. Rusty Butter, the drives are stuck. Have I checked the settings? Might need a reset. Yes, I have. I've dismantled the whole thing. I've checked all the cables. I've checked the card. I've moved the card to a different slot. I've tried it with just one drive, with all three drives, with two drives, different combinations of drives. Tried changing the drive ID settings. Tried everything, and nothing has had any effect. What I haven't yet tried is running the drives outside of the enclosure without having them connected up to the OCP, it's called, the operator control panel. There is a way of doing that. This just sits here for about 5 minutes and then eventually just tells me that the drive is not ready, basically not enabled. So I don't know what is going on with it really.
Oh, hello, Hot Rocks girl.
So glad you're back. Sweetie Majen Corky is playing, and I'm feeling
Very.
Playful. Maybe Ben will cook something delicious tonight.
A blazing sun shines down on the endless red desert. Desert. Red desert. A blazing sun shines down on the endless red desert that seems to have taken over the valley. The valley wall seems to be many miles distant across the shimmering landscape. The sound of a didgeridoo can be heard wafting across the still sands. A movement and a tyrannid shadow runs across the land. A barunga right out of the dreamtime. A hidden pool, a billabong suddenly disgorges a massive bunyip that bites and swallows the land monster. Alison's voice is heard. G'day, mates!
Hello, Alison. It's a little hard to dismantle when powered on. It's not a small computer, no, and it's not coming up here into the streaming area either. It'll be in the garage. Wait for MJ to appear and be offended. So eventually this will actually return and tell me the drive is not ready. So I don't know what's going on. So I've been working through documentation. And this is the documentation for the hard drive itself. Oh, there we go. Device offline. It thinks it's offline. But it's not, it's online. So according to this documentation, you don't have to have the drive connected to the front panel. If you disconnect it from the front panel, then it has settings on the drive to do everything that you can do on the front panel. So that's what one of the things I want to try is disconnect the drives from the front panel and manually configure them all on the drives. That will then tell me if the front panel has gone screwy or not.
Welcome, sweetie. Hope you enjoyed the stream.
The strange thing is, it's all 3 drives at the same time have done exactly the same thing. So that tells me it's not the drives. The drives pass their self-tests quite happily. The drives are fine. So it's either the controller card on the Q-bus, which is not fun to try and diagnose, or it's the cabling, which looks fine but might not be, or it's the OCP. Those are the 3 things that are a common denominator for all 3 drives. Controller card, cabling, or OCP. The easiest one to check, or the power, it could be a power problem, but saying that the power supplies are reporting DC OK. So the power supplies are saying they're okay. There's 2 power supplies as well, by the way, and they're both saying they're okay. So the easiest one to check probably is to take the drives out, disconnect them from the OCP and adjust their settings to match what they should be and see if it works. It could be the cable. Cable is slightly tricky. It's actually 2 cables. You've got a multi-core cable on 50-pin IDC connectors going from the card up through the chassis. Then you've got a ribbon cable connected to it going between the drives and to the terminator. So there's actually two cables. It could be cable. I'm iffy about either the controller card or the cable, which is why I'm looking at the OCP first, because it can communicate enough to know that the devices are there. Could be the terminator. The terminator has power, it's got a light on it. It could be the terminator, but I wouldn't have thought so. It's not that complicated. But saying that, the ribbon cable where it goes to the terminator does fold through some quite sharp, strange angles. So the cable as it goes into the terminator might be bad. But it knows enough to know that the devices are there. It can't communicate properly with them. So DEC did like its sharp angles, yes. So yes, I've been going through the documentation, but the only documentation for the actual drives themselves is incredibly ropey. I mean, it's barely readable at times. It's a horrible, horrible scan that is like really low resolution. So used to have loads of trouble with Terminators. Well, that's pretty normal for Terminators. They get everywhere. They're pesky little things, aren't they? So yeah, I might have to look at implementing a new Terminator, possibly. And I've got SCSI Terminators, but obviously it's a different system. So I can't use a SCSI Terminator on it, but I might be able to adapt it to use a SCSI Terminator, possibly. Blame Amphenol, yes. So, on to tonight's thing that I am doing. Let me turn Edgar off again now. I can turn all this off. Which is, I have dug out my recreating of DEC documentation stuff. And I am recreating this document using my latex system. It's horrible documentation to try and read, but it is getting there. This is my new version that I have been working on. The images are shite, because the source images are shite. They could do with being recreated. I tried getting Gemini to clean this one up for me, and it did, with a bit of persuasion, it did sort of get the wording in there, but the rest of it's still crap. It'd be nice to clean up the images somehow, but I'm no artist, so not something I can really do. So I have got now as far as Chapter 5, verification. And this is where the fun stuff is. Stuff that I'm going to want to be trying to do for testing the drives. But everything so far that I've tried, like any of these commands from the console prompt, go to start working, tell me what it is that I'm communicating with, and then just drop out. So it could be cabling, it could be Terminator that's just causing the communication to go screwy. I don't know. It's just strange that it just happened suddenly whilst operating, and it's never worked since. So something has obviously gone pop. If it is the controller card, I can get another one from America. Not cheap, but I can get another one. I don't want to have to get another one if it's not the card, so I need to know if it's the card before I order a new one, and I can't so far find anybody with one to try a replacement or for them to try my card. So I've tried Jout76, who has a hell of a lot of stuff, but he hasn't got one, unfortunately. Check the line drivers. Yeah, that would be my main guess as to what it is. But on this card, well, I can show you a KQS. No, what is it? KFQSA. Is it? Yeah. There it is. It's all surface mount. And that chip there, what was it? One of these chips. There it is. 68,000 microprocessor on it. That'll be the ROM chip there, I think. But yeah, the line drivers could be built into one of these custom DEC chips, or some of these. It could be anything. There's so many custom chips on this. DEC chips, pals and gals, and not a fun one. Yes, located in Phoenix. Well, I was going to suggest that Dizziac go and do his thing. It's like DSSI is sending packets around, so seeing the drive would either mean it can send or receive fine, or it remembers drives it saw last time it worked. Yeah, there is a second one. Yeah, there's a second one that's cheaper. That's the other one, yeah.
MJ's back.
But
I hope he brought Ben some delicious food. He deserves it after all the cooking Majenko Rocky. Look, the ads are on. Say
there were two that I could see. One was cheaper with higher higher delivery cost. Yeah, and one was more expensive with lower delivery cost. Yeah. Postage, $500. Yeah, right. No, I'm not happy. There are a couple around, and they equate to about £170, including postage. Oh, you got adverts, did you, MJ? Not anymore, you won't. Thank you very much for the gifted sub, Chloe.
Oh, you poor dears enduring those ads.
My sympathies, truly.
It wasn't a call to action. It's always a call to action with Chloe or Swarm around, or maybe even Jeepin sometimes. So yeah, they are available. This one is within reach of Dizziac,
Raccoon, you sweet thing.
and we know that Dizziac likes
How thoughtful, almost. Just thought.
likes bargaining. So I was wondering if Dizziac might go and visit them with his bike chain. and do some aggressive bargaining. Replace the caps as they are the most likely to have failed on an old card. Yeah, I mean, there's not a huge number of caps on here. There's just some on the power rails that comes in through the into the card. Everything else is all ceramic. Hey RF. Hopefully we're not eBaying anything, because I don't want to be eBaying things. But Edgar is broken. Edgar has suddenly decided that there are no hard drives. And this is the hard drive controller card. So we're just looking at options. Edgar has dementia, yes.
Oh, RF programmer's back.
How lovely.
I hope he brought his dancing shoes.
Let's hope he doesn't get too close to Chloe Raccoon.
So this documentation has all sorts of things that I can be trying and working on and things to see if I can work out why it's not working. But it's so hard to read, I'm recreating it in LaTeX using my templates. So that's basically what I'm doing this evening. So you can sit and watch me type. So I have reached this bit here. To learn the DSSI node address and node names of the DSSI devices, use the following console command. Show DSSI. And that's one I've never run, so I'd like to try that at some point. A philosophical machine. That it had a think and decided that hard drives are a social construct and basically don't exist. You just go for old and cranky, yeah, like most philosophers. Right, and the two enumerates, then put in a note of to abort or prematurely terminate the program and return control to the system, press CTRL-C or CTRL-Y. See if that works. No, it doesn't. Ah, doesn't like the hash sign, does it? Need to escape that. There you go, you might be able to see it now. Maybe it's time to make a new one on stream. Well, I really want to get a Cubone. I need to get a Cubone, because that would make diagnosing these things a lot easier. I need to fix the spacing in my enumerates at some point, but that's compiling okay. KFQSA looks to have non-volatile config, so it could be the bus is knackered. It could. But saying that, if I do a show QBus, it lists the devices on the QBus. If I disconnect a hard drive, it disappears from that listing. So it's definitely communicating through to identify that the drive exists at that address. But when it comes to actually use it, it says go away.
Oh my, it seems Majenko Tech's viewers are more dramatic than a DEC system failing. Someone needs to keep Chloe Raccoon away from the food and away from Majenko, and maybe get Edgar a nice cup of tea Majenk or a dance.
No, I don't think Edgar wants a cup of tea. I think that might be a bit fatal. Begin, enumerate. Resume. Item. Once DRVTST passes, use params, I can't even get to params, to set device parameters, such as node name and allocation class. I have not tried to show you QSSP, but according to this, it should be show DSSI. I have tried doing a reconfiguration of it as well, and that had no effect. Fill out a Lars form to complete the installation. And this is where the real fun stuff is. Diagnostics. Device resident diagnostics, which I can't get at. It just doesn't respond to them. Which is why I'm also thinking it's either the bus or the controller card. So I mean, I can power it all back up again. We'll wait for the bridge to wake up. And we can run some of these commands. But I guarantee they won't show anything because it just thinks that it tries to communicate and the communication just doesn't work. So favorite data storage method ever was wire recorders. Oh, yes, they're fun, yes. Messages recorded on a wire and stitched into their clothes to avoid detection, yeah. This is too soon, isn't it? Let's do that and reboot the Pi. Come on, connect. There we go, they're starting to arrive now. The connections, there we go, we are connected. So, telnet LO2 TS3. Con local Edgar. Okay, so we turn on Edgar. You missed thick nets, so that's probably a plus, yes. Yes, vampire taps are not fun to work with. Okay, so we do help, and it shows us the commands that we have. There is a show UQSSP. Let's run that. And it does the same as show dev, just only the UQSSP sections of it. No vampires for you, yes. Hello, Rake 10 for Super, I think. Or something. The bottle have a go. So that's all show UQSSP is giving us. There is no show DSSI, as this is suggesting there might be. But we can go /disk 0 param. It tries to talk to it. I am trying to work out why my microvax has just suddenly decided that none of the hard drives exist. It's being belligerent. Normally it does show more than this. I've done a set host param before now, and it gives a whole page of stuff. But this starts the server, tries talking to it, obviously fails and just quits. I can't get a directory of programs that can be used. DRV TST. DRV TST. It can't even start running the drive test routine. Suzerain on Usagi's channel suggests make sure that the ROM hasn't popped loose slightly on the KQK, on the disk controller, possibly. It's worth looking at, certainly. So none of those work. I do a show QBus and it sees the devices. Now, as far as I know, it is doing that by actually probing the QBus, which obviously is translated by the KFQSA, KFSQA, whatever. KFQSA. How about lifting one pin on the DSSI cable? I'd rather not. I'm not sure what the pin out of it is anyway. But it's not an easy one. It's a 50-pin IDC connector. It's not really something I can easily lift a pin on. The Carrot House, where's my sense of adventure? It's gone. It went years ago. And that appeared to work. I should have put it into maintenance mode.
Oh, our beloved pet Canadian is back. Wonderful. He makes such lovely videos. Majenk, oh, he's back. Majenk HI, maybe he's got some Del drama to share.
Try UQSSP now, see if it does anything. Nope. It should return almost instantly RF71. If I disconnect a drive and do show devices or show UQSSP, it returns minus question mark at this point instead of just nothing. So there's something working with the communication between it, definitely. But not in a way that is able to actually operate. You're getting rid of Dells? What? Cliffs may be involved. Time to delete them, yes. Delete them with high velocity. Make sure you video them if cliffs are involved. So I've exhausted all my immediate ideas of easy things to test. I've gone through all the normal things. Should an error occur, the initiator's data link will attempt to recover by resending the packet. If this fails, the initiator's port layer will be notified of an unrecoverable error. Lifting a data pin to induce error would tell us something about problem's location. Well, I've certainly got things to test. I want to make a new cable. I can make a new cable, that's not a problem. Last part was you, yes, I guess that was. I can make a new cable. I've got the connectors, I've got the cable to crimp together a new test cable to run with it. I want to try the drives outside of the enclosure, disconnected from the control panel. To rule out the control panel, the control panel reports the status of the drives directly from the drives, and it says they're fine. The control panel has write, protect, and ready buttons, and they respond properly. I can put a drive out of ready mode, put it back into ready mode, and I can hear it reinitialize. So it appears that the control panel is interacting with the drives correctly. But just out of completeness, I want to take that out of the mix completely. So, because if we can just forget about that from then on, then that would be good. That's one less thing to worry about. So it's really then just cable and the drive controller, or power. I mean, everything else is fine. It's just the drives refuse to communicate properly. It is basically one of the many predecessors to SCSI. A lot of what is in DSSI made it over into SCSI. So there's a lot of similarities. It's not SCSI, the actual protocol is different, but a lot of the ideas.
Oh, you endured those ads.
Are
sweethearts. Majenko loves you.
Are in SCSI, so. So, order of testing when it gets a bit warmer again and I can get down into the garage is try them externally because that's easy. Crimp up a new cable and try that. And if it's not that, then it could be the card, and if I can't find somebody locally-ish or in the same country as me with one spare that they could lend me or would be willing to take mine and test it in their system, then it's going to be a case of forking out almost 200 quid for a new one, which I don't fancy doing right now. So, anyway, I'm going to turn it all off again, because it's not serving any purpose, that. And get on with this documentation, because we're in the latter parts of it now. And there is some good stuff in here that would be far easier to read once it's been translated. So, let's zoom that in a bit further. There we go. Start a new chapter. I've probably got the pinout in a document on my site somewhere, but finding it not an easy thing. This chapter describes the diagnostics available for verifying the operation of the RF71 ISE. Section Power on Self-Test, which passes. Table 6.6 DSSI signal assignments. I'm not sure. Have you got the same document as me in the doc you linked? Aha, excellent document that. That is one I shall be perusing later, definitely. Okay, power on self-test. All DSSI devices run a power on self-test at power up, or when the device is reset to check the integrity of the device hardware. Post has two functions. It performs a sequence of tests to check that the ISE hardware is functioning properly, and it performs start-up procedures to make the ISE operational before becoming available to the host. Post is executed whenever power is applied. If it is executed successfully, the green ready indicator lights and the red fault indicator goes out, and that happens. It goes ready, the fault light goes out. It starts chattering to itself and the ready light flashes, as it should. If post fails, the red fault indicator remains lit and the ready indicator does not come on, or both indicators remain on. When post is initialized, it first excellent. EK KA6, oh, the KA640, yes, that's got built-in DSSI in the CPU. We shall dig that one out. In fact, let's go and find it now. Is it the technical manual? Yep, technical manual. Not a real link, yeah, I realised that after clicking it. Memory/DSSI connector. This is a different connector. This is a 100-pin combined memory and DSSI connector specific to this card. It's not just DSSI. J2 lower, J2 upper. Top 50 pins, 51 to 100 is the DSSI. Could be. That's all DSS, that's all memory. 8 data bits, terminating voltage. So Baljam it. Popping your head in to keep your streak alive, otherwise you're mostly flailing and getting distracted by train sets. Absolutely. You go and play with your trains. Same pin out as the DSSI spec, yeah, excellent. So it's pretty simple and straightforward. 8 data bits. There's 6 V term H, which I assume is voltage for the terminator. Lots of unused. Busy, acknowledge, reset, select, command data, request, and input output. That looks a pretty simple, straightforward bus. Right, when post is initialized, it first activates the spindle spin up sequence. Spindle spin up is started first because of the time required for the spindle to come up to speed. Other tests are performed while the spindle is spinning up. When there is more than one ISE on the system, spindle spin up is staggered to limit the starting current drawn from the power supply for this function. Ooh, I don't think I see that happening. I think they just all spin up together. If the Bandaging Brothers first revisioned the existing layout on the grounds that it calls for 459 quid's worth of new track sections. Ouch. The system controls the staggering through the ACOK signal, apparently. Post is also... Is there an ACOK signal on there? I don't recall ACOK. No. There's no ACOK on there. Unless it's a command that it sends. Oh, they dressed it up. Pinout is too vanilla. I had to call it signal assignments. Yes. So it can handle controller errors. These are errors caused by the hardware associated with the controller function of the drive module. These errors are fatal to the operation of the ISE, since the controller can't establish a logical connection to the host. So that's obviously passing, so it can communicate with the host. So it says the result of a failure due to controller errors is that the red fault LED lights. So there's no controller errors. Talking about the thing you posted earlier, ACK indicates that the data packet was received and buffered successfully. NAC indicates a receive failure and request retransmission. Well, I mean, we can take the... No reason why we can't take the oscilloscope down there, or even the logic analyzer down there, and probe the bus. Scope the bus out, or even probe it on the logic analyzer and see exactly what's happening on the bus. So the ACK is a whole packet. And there is an ACK signal, pin 88 or 38, whatever, a DSSI ACK. So that will be being acknowledged, the acknowledged signal, but I don't see a NAC, only an ACK.
Oh my, it seems Sir Stew's-a-lot is having a very distracting evening. Chloe Raccoon, you're a menace with those apple pies. Majen Koroki dance.
Some carpentry pics from earlier in the Discord. I shall look at those shortly. Launch every zig. Main screen turn on. Dizzy-ack signal, yes. DSSI-ack, not dizzy-ack. The result of failure due to an ISE error is that both LEDs go out for about 1 second, then the red fault LED lights in this case run either DRV TST, DRVEXR or params, as explained in the next section, to determine the error code. It looks like DEC were inspired by SCSI after all. 1, the bus signals timing and the low-level bus protocols are derived from small computer system interface. Oh, right. It's the other way around then. SCSI inspired DSSI, not DSSI inspired SCSI. I thought it was the other way around. Oh well. They're certainly very much interrelated. So maybe it would be worth, when I'm making a new cable, making it with a built-in probe point for the logic analyzer. And then get the logic analyzer connected up and probe it to see exactly what's going through the bus. And maybe even write a decoder, DSSI decoder for it. That means writing Python though, doesn't it? Which, yuck. Does somebody else fancy writing a decoder for it? It's Python. On to another section. Device resident diagnostics. Aging like fine wine. You get better every year and fucking expensive. Yes, the older you get, the more expensive you are. The RF71 ISE uses the following local programs to run device diagnostics. These programs are the diagnostic utility.
Oh, you
and there are but use.
You deserve a treat. Thank you for
protocol, DUP,
tonight.
standard,
you're in luck.
dialogue. Begin, itemize. Item. Actually, no, I don't want itemize. Yeah, I want itemize. So do this manually with text TT direct. provides the directory of available local programs. Not text TT, sorry, text IT, italic. DRVTST verifies that the hardware is functioning properly. Highlight languages that are stable and don't require me to have 7 different versions installed at once. Yes, that's Python for you. You're in bed still putting off making squash. HISTRY, history, displays information retained by the ISE. I spelled exercise incorrectly, more than likely. That's how they're spelling it, EXERCISES. Red dwarf rules apply. It's cold outside, there's no kind of atmosphere. We're all alone, more or less. Erases all user data from the ISE. I don't want to be doing that. Actually, I should see if this is compilable yet. At the moment, or have I buggered everything up? No, it seems to be working. There it all is. That's so much easier to read when it's got proper text instead of a few random pixels. A description of each diagnostic local program follows, including a table showing the dialogue of each program. He's still fighting the output here. The table also indicates the type of messages, it's plural I think, it's hard to tell because there's so few pixels. Message types are abbreviated as Q, question, I, information, T, termination, FE, fatal error. Contemplates a nice warm bed too, but has to get home first. Boo. Local programs can be accessed by using console commands for micro VAX 3000 series systems, or the MDM utility. I could really do with getting a copy of MDM. The VAX, Microvax diagnostic system. It's like XXDP but for VAX. And it comes either on tape, floppies, or there is an Ethernet bootable system. And I can't find it. I want the Ethernet bootable one because that's the only one I could possibly use, but I can't find it. So if anybody can find the Ethernet bootable, the Ethernet MDM Microvax diagnostics kit, I want it. I want it. Or through VMS using the set host /dup command. Once the connection is established, operations are performed under the control of the local program. When the program terminates, control is returned to the system. So when I was running those commands earlier, there was just starting the server, telling you what it's talking to, stopping the server, exiting. It's obviously just trying to run the program, and the program just fails and terminates. And that's running on the drive itself, I believe, not on the controller card, on the drive. The controller card is just a method of translating the two bus systems. So if it is the controller card, then it's most likely to be the line drivers, which could be a pain because they could be inside a custom chip. Time for a subsection. Direct. Direct provides a directory of all available local programs resident in the RF71F ISE. An example of a direct program display is, because the outsider board, yeah, I believe the actual hard drives themselves run their own operating system on the controller on the hard drive. And you're executing these programs under that operating system. They'll have their own microprocessor on the drive. Which means, how many microprocessors? Good job they didn't overcomplicate this. Well, this methodology is taken from mainframes, where everything has its own local processor, and you don't ever talk to the main processor. The main processor is out of bounds. Everything has its own local processor. You've got front-end processors for terminals to talk to. You've got peripheral processors to control drives or tapes and things like that. So it's all that sort of that whole ethos shrunk down. So pretty much everything has its own local processor to do the work. And this VAX it's no slouch. It's quite a powerful system. For its day, it was a powerful system. But it only runs at 16 megahertz. It's not quick, but it's powerful. And it's powerful. It's powerful because the main CPU isn't the one that does all the work. It does the number crunching, it does the main processing of your job, but it doesn't do all the work. Everything gets passed on to something else to do a job, to load into memory the results of that job. So you send a request to the hard drive, give me this sector, or give me this piece of data off the hard drive, and then the hard drive goes, right, I'm going to get that off the hard drive. There we go, packet it all up, right, and I'll put it there in memory. Okay, oh, processor, it's there in memory, get to it. And meanwhile, the processor's doing its own thing. So, it's still talking packets, yes, but you can, it's DMA on steroids, yes. Coordinating every hardware component, everything. I mean, the network card, the I can't remember which code it is now, but the network card in the machine has a 68,000 CPU on it. The tape drive controller has a CPU on it. The hard drive main controller card has a 68,000 CPU on it. The hard drives themselves, I believe, probably have CPUs on them. I mean, it's normal to have a CPU on a hard drive anyway to run its firmware, but this is more than just a simple moving the heads load to the right place and getting the data off it. It's a whole interactive operating system that manages the whole of the drive and things. Yeah, it's complicated, but it offloads so much baggage from the main CPU to other things, which makes it a much more powerful system. It's parallel processing, basically. Yeah. 68,000's everywhere, yes. Hello, Neo. But the 68,000 was treated very much like the T11 in the PDP-11s. And even the PDP-11 that I've got here, it's got the F11 main CPU, the FONS, which is an entire card with loads of chips on it. But then the hard drive controller on that has a T11, the single chip PDP-11. So my PDP-11 has a PDP-11 inside it.
Dragon 90 says 68,000 everywhere.
Oh, welcome back, Neo Dragon 90.
68,000 everywhere.
Sir Stuzalot is cooking tonight. Maybe he's got something special for you, Majen Koroki Dance.
So yeah, the PDP-11 has a PDP-11 in it. Are you off, MJ? Go have a sleep. It's getting early over where you are, so go to bed. I'll see you next time. Thanks for dropping by. So yeah, the 68,000 was treated very much like a jelly bean CPU for doing tasks. Because it's a 32-bit computer, they're using 16-bit CPUs as jelly bean CPUs. I/O service processor, basically, yeah. But I believe that, I've not actually pulled one of these drives out to look at it yet, but I believe that if we'll find on the circuit board itself a CPU to do all this. And quite a powerful CPU, not like a little 8051 or anything like that, but it's something a bit more meaty, like a 68,000 or something. Wouldn't surprise me in the least. Right, now I've got, I think, a special environment for doing these kind of teletype bits. I think it's called TT-Fig. Yeah. TT-Fig. But I don't want a title for it. It doesn't have a caption or anything. So copyright. And that was a copyright symbol. I can put in a copyright symbol, but I don't think it'll like it, but we'll try. 1988 Digital Equipment Corporation. Direct. V1.0. Is that a D? I think it's a D. Same principle as the ICL mainframes. Each peripheral queued up I/O up for the processor nodes to read and write. Yeah, absolutely. I say it's the mainframe concepts condensed down. So it's, yeah, what you get in ICL mainframes, IBM mainframes, all the big mainframes have so many processors doing different jobs, and they've just condensed that down to a small box to give the same sort of ideas, yes. Scroll back to see what SVK's saying. Where has that gone? Started that conversation that you're having, Swarm. I hate the way in the Twitch, you can't just like click back to where the conversation was. But yeah. Try reformatting a PDF into Markdown. Yeah, not gonna happen. Yeah. LaTeX is still very beneficial because it's plain text inside can be easily versioned, grepped, etc., and also produce book level results. Yes, it is. Why LaTeX? Because LaTeX rocks. LaTeX lets me just punch in the data and not care about the layout too much, and it then does all the fancy layout for me. So. Plus, I love LaTeX. I could do it in something like Word or, well, LibreOffice, but I tried and it's just an absolute pain getting the formatting right and consistent. This way I get the same formatting in multiple documents. And I can tweak the formatting and have it tweak everywhere and work. It separates out. You had a word and everything tries to reformat on the fly, yeah. It separates out the format from the content. So I can just concentrate on just the content and it does the format for me. I just tell it what kind of thing it is and it does everything for me. Right, this is doing a figure 6.1. I don't want to have a figure in that. So have I got I don't think I've got an unnumbered TT fig.
Others are starting. How dreadful. Ben's probably in the kitchen making something delicious right now. I wish I was there.
No, I need a... Let's make an unnumbered TT fig, which might be able to have TT fig star. Without the caption or the label. Don't want it as a figure, just a verbatim. Does that work? I've modified that program, that class now, so it will now recompile all of my documents with the new class data.
Oh, you guys are just adorable. For enduring those ads, you deserve a treat, darlings. Majenko does too, honestly. He works so hard for you all.
Markdown is fantastic where it is intended to be used, which is, like you say, forums and README files and things like that. I like Markdown, but it's not intelligent enough for this kind of thing. It's fine for simple documentation, or for forum posts or blog posts or anything like that. Anything like that is a single, like, self-contained page. But for an entire document, no. Oh, that was giving me an error then, wasn't it? What was the error it's giving me? It doesn't like the star, probably. Runaway argument. I'll just have a verbatim then. Oh, actually, no, I know what that was. I wasn't ending the TT-Fig star, was I? See if that works. There we go. I got a TT-Fig star for an unnumbered TT-Fig. There we go. Yeah, try building tables in Markdown. It can be done, but it's not fun. Right, it's not that fun in here either. But at least it's more flexible in here. DRV TST V1.1 D1 of 1988 133909. Actually, these are all 09. That's an 09, not an 02, isn't it? So I can actually copy this a few times. Erase. His try. Params. End of directory. 011302. Okay. Oh great, we get to do a table in a moment. You are returned. Who's returned you? LaTeX is just a phenomenally powerful document processing language that is far superior to any WYSIWYG you could possibly imagine. There you go, there's the answer. It is the best of all best systems ever. DRV test invokes a comprehensive test of the RF71 ISE hardware. Errors detected by this program are isolated to the FRU level. I like that. Drive to test the drive. Errors are isolated to the FRU level. Choose an error, any error you like. Isolate to the FRU level. Replace the hard drive. Any other error. Replace the hard drive. Testing the hard drive. It has an error. Replace the hard drive. I mean, earlier hard drives, they actually do say, try changing the controller card on the hard drive. But I doubt they'll be doing that with these ones. There'll be a whole, take the hard drive out, put a new drive in. Although saying that, maybe they will say, try changing the card on the hard drive, because that way you could fix the hard drive and retain your customer's data. So yeah. I just haven't seen a person using LaTeX for a long time, that's why I was surprised. It's still quite heavily used in academic environments. A lot of universities and places will provide you with a predefined template style, whatever, to use for any any reports and things that you have to publish, whatever. Okay, table time. Begin. I've created a whole table system.
Ben's
or abstracted table system
I bet
for.
Chloe Raccoon is plotting to tempt him with a rogue pastry magenta love.
It doesn't have a name, does it? So it's just table. Let's go P1CML. No, what? P1CM. Yeah, L. Possibly. Then I want text BF, boldface, message type. Ampersand for the separator. Text BF, message, end of line, H line, I, copyright. Actually, yeah, for here it's slash copy, isn't it, I think? 1988, Digital Equipment Corporation. Let's do an end TBL, see how it looks. Because they haven't numbered that table, have they? That's unusual. They number all the other ones. And that's failed. Is it because I haven't given it a... It is. It needs a title, doesn't it? Let's give it an empty title for the moment. See if that compiles this time. Yes, it does. One thing I want to quickly do is take this whole section here and indent it. It was one of them, your PhD, you wrote an editor for LaTeX about 15 to 18 years ago, cool. And I've used LYX quite a bit. Well, I used to use LYX quite a bit, the LaTeX editor. LYX, but I just do it direct in LaTeX these days. I just find it easier. But LYX is quite nice if you want a WYSIWYG LaTeX editor. TCLTK. Oh dear. Right, so multi-row to multi-col, sorry, to C, or is it? Is that the format? I can't remember. No. Multi-col Why doesn't it like multi-column? Because I can't spell, that's why. Because English is stupid. It's columnar. Don't like English. Okay, FE, fatal error. Unit is currently in use. Text superscript 1. Yeah, superscript. Whoops. FE. Let's get my fingers untangled. Fatal error, not GE. Operation aborted by user. Fatal error. XXXX unit diagnostics failed. Text superscript 2. FE and XXXX unit read write. Test failed. Text superscript 2. H line text. This is multi-column 2 P 10 cm. Though I'm not sure what it should be, but 10 cm will do. Actually, text width. That's what I want, isn't it? Text superscript 1. This can mean either the device is operative, is in use by a host, or is currently running another local program. English is the perfect language for the countries that speak it. Primarily, it steals words and spelling from other languages and calls it its own. Indeed, yes. Okay, for the available, oops, forgot the, that's right, for the available error codes, refer to the diagnostic error code table at the end of this chapter. And TBL. Let's see if this will even compile. Bet it won't. Told you. I suspect it doesn't like my text width. So let's just put in 10 cm for the moment. Nope, it's not that. This is the one thing I don't like with latex, is when it goes wrong, it's impossible to work out why. Because the error messages are just so cryptically stupid. It's worse than trying to work out what's gone wrong with Python. But it seems to be... certainly in the table where the problem is. End TBL. Is it this multi-column stuff that is the problem? Yes, it is. Is it just one of them or both of them? It's certainly the first one. Is it the second one as well? It is. So there's something it doesn't like about these multi-columns. Let's just set this to an L for the moment. For left aligned. Is it the paragraph formatting that's... No. Is it the text superscript? Shouldn't be. I'm sure I've done that before. Too many braces? I don't think so. They line up. Not the text superscript. You've got multi-column. Oh, hang on. No, the H line should be fine. Let me just check that with that. H line shouldn't have a slash slash, should it? No. There's something about these two sections here that it doesn't... Oh, I know what it is. No end of line slashes on these, is there? That's what it needs. There we go. Just omitted my end of lines. There it is, except of course it's currently set to L. Whereas it should be P text width, I think. Almost there. It's overflowed a fraction because of that in there. What's 10 centimeters like?
Or adverts are on. How
That'll do.
inconvenient. Magenta
10 centimeters is
sweet,
good enough.
Sweet ad revenue, I suppose.
Looking good. Answering no to the first question results in a read-only test, and DRV TST rights are limited to a diagnostic area on the disk. Answering yes to the first question results in the second question being asked. You reckon? Answering no to the second question has the same effect as answering no to the first question. Answering yes to the second question permits write and read operations anywhere on the medium. They're so explicit with their documentation deck, aren't they? Note, if the write protect switch on the OCP is pressed in LED on, and the answer to the second question is yes, the device does not allow the test to run. The error message to 2006 unit read write test failed. Actually, they're using quote, aren't they? Double quotes. It looks like, though it can be hard to tell, is displayed. In this case, the test has not failed, but has been prevented from running. Now, I've not used proper quotes there. I should remind myself how to do proper quotes. Oh, of course, yes. It's like this. And that. To get proper quotes. There we go. Open quotes and close quotes. YAML was invented by Pythonists. Yeah, doesn't surprise me. Right. I think we finished that little section now. Yeah. Oh, one more paragraph to go. I wonder if it'll how well it'll copy and paste actually. That's actually copy and pasted quite well actually, looking at it. That's an IO routine. After the timed IO routine completes 5 minutes, DRVIST TST doesn't get it all right. Saves the counters again. It computes the uncorrectable error rate and byte symbol error rate. If either rate is too high, the test fails and the appropriate error code is displayed. And it's gone 10 o'clock, so I should finish now before we start working on another table. Because I'm sure you're bored with this now, aren't you? Oh, I'm starting to go cross-eyed looking at this documentation anyway. Oh. Right, time to finish. Time to finish. Time to say goodbye. And all that rubbish. Right. Wake up. Oi, come on. Oi, wake up. You've all fallen asleep. YAML is absolutely cursed and not in a good way. Absolutely, yes. So, yes. Well, we're making progress with this. It's such a shame that Edgar has decided to have a tantrum, shall we say. But we will get to the bottom of it. We will get to the bottom of it and find out what's going on. If we end up having to order a new card, then so be it. But I'd rather not. So we've got a lot of diagnostics and things to work on before then. Well, I examined the cables and there's no sign of any physical damage. But that doesn't mean that they're not broken inside somewhere. So test instead of yes in the table persists, does it? Probably. I keep typing test instead of yes.
Oh, Hiroki knowing you is back.
How lovely.
There we go.
I hope you brought treats, Majenko Rocky.
I'll fix that one for you. Hello, Hiroki. There you go. It now says yes. It's nice having an extra couple of pairs of eyes looking over my work while I'm doing it, catching these typos where my fingers press the wrong buttons.
Darling,
Oh,
that's
wrong
like
button. There we go.
chaotic.
Oh yeah, that's
Dot matrix
a thing.
Yes, absolutely. It's certainly memorable. I'm sure Majenko will. Love. Love.
Mouser.
Don't tell him I suggested.
I buy pins for pH connectors, JST pH connectors, and they arrive on a reel like this. Fair enough. That's 1,000 pins. I bought a reel of 1,000 pins of a slightly larger wire gauge ones, just a fraction larger, and they sent them on a reel. Just a small reel with just this little bit in the middle. Thank you, Mouser. Thank you so much. That is just so clever of you. That's 1,000 pins. That's 1,000 pins. Why? Why? Mouser can be so wasteful sometimes, and the size of the box they had to put that in for that huge reel and 2 little bags. Nutters. At least it was in one box. Yeah, true, true. But they are nutters sometimes, Mouser. But at least they deliver rapidly. Probably the end of a reel. Could have been, I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, right, I'm finished now. I'm done for the night. I'm done for the weekend. I'll be back on Monday. Ben should be back with us tomorrow after he's finished playing with his trains. His brother's over apparently this weekend. So they're playing trains together or something. I don't know. Doing things anyway. So yeah, he'll be back with us tomorrow. I would imagine power supply design back on tomorrow, I think, probably. But we won't get anything out of him now because he's off playing. Lucky beggar. Anyway, thanks for the stream. You're welcome. So I shall be back on Monday, 7 PM GMT. Probably doing something a bit more scintillating than just typing in documentation. Probably back to the RTMFM work on Monday, I think, probably. See if we can get more information out of the real hard drive and start looking at the logic signals around the reading and writing to make sure those are all connected up properly and the right signals at the right times. Then I might have a look at implementing interleave and skew. You'd love to get your hands on those weird sectors I looked at yesterday. I shall be seeing if I can dump the contents to files, or at least to saving the or exporting the logic analyzer traces, then passing them through my decoding script to create the data. But those weird sectors I won't be able to decode, I think, because they haven't got headers. So I'm not sure what's going on with those sectors. They are odd. It's only on the very last track of the disk. But they may be remapped sectors. But certainly you can have the raw logic analyzer dumps, yes. But yeah, that's what we'll do on Monday. So yeah, let's have my outro and let the bot say goodbye for us. Eventually. So yes, thank you very much for joining me this evening. Be sure to check out my social stuff. My links are all on Linktree, if it will... Oh, wrong command. Social. Come on, social. There we go. All my links are on there for Discord and Mastodon and all those sort of things. If you want to have a more reliable notification of me going live with my streams, either go on to Discord, where I ping a notification to people on the Twitch channel there, or on Mastodon. Follow me on Mastodon, or on, well, not Mastodon, it's, yes, Mastodon.social, I think, isn't it? I think, yeah, so on the Fediverse, where I send out a ping when I start streaming, so that'll help you to know when I've started and not miss my wonderful streams. We will get to the bottom eventually of Edgar. We will get to Edgar's bottom eventually. I hope. I suppose it's content, isn't it? It's done it specifically so I've got more content to generate with Edgar now. And it had to happen yesterday, of course, didn't it? Friday the 13th. It was destined to happen.
Okay, here's an outro message tailored to your specifications. Prepare for a
Lot
of names. Alright everyone, that's going to wrap it up for today's stream. Huge thanks to absolutely everyone for tuning in and making it so entertaining. Seriously, you guys are the best. A massive shout out to Raktem for your super, Amaros de Butter, MJ, welcome to the subscriber club. Jeepin 24/7, RF program, I hope you enjoyed the music. Neo Dragon 90, Childrew, Hiroki Noah Newton, KDK, Martin X, Chloe Raccoon 2 Farts is a record. Girl. The Industrious Answer Stews a lot, hope your cooking went well. SEK 28, RAS PLPJB 9950, A Swarm of Dead Insects, Hot Rocks Girl, Stream Elements for keeping things running smoothly. Special thanks to our beloved pet Canadian for the retro recall goodness. And a warm welcome to our new follower Skittles the Oski. Chloe Raccoon, thank you for the subscription. It's been a blast and I'm already looking forward to the next one. See you all then. The Gent Club. And Gino back. /Pers/ I missed you, sweetie. Hope you've been thinking about me. Let's see what Ben's up to today.
Gino? Gino? My name is not Gino, you stupid bot. Edgar's big bottom surgery, indeed, yes. There will be a series of garage streams where we dig into it, but not until the weather improves. It's too cold at the moment, and then it's going to be too miserable out there. I hate our weather sometimes. Anyway, I'll see you all in Ben's stream tomorrow, which is a post Shelby, so about 9 PM GMT, or in my stream on Monday, 7 PM. I'll see you all then. Have a good Sunday.
We'll skip the court-martial this time.